prisión, Wilson Manyoma, Borbona.
Woo! Masters and None, episode 62. Six deuce.
Episode 62 en vivo.
You know what I'm saying? Live.
Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Anybody that's already joined the party, man. 7 o'clock, God damn it, guys. Talk about that time management. Talk about it. About it.
We could talk shit about anybody else who's not on time today.
God damn
guess
right.
what? Today,
Today,
on time.
we did that shit.
Yeah. On time today.
I love it. I love it.
Damn, man. What's up, bro?
Oh, not much, man. You know, just working it out. Had a little family thing today, so I had to leave work a little bit early, but a little bonus. Everything was okay. Everything was okay with the family, and now we're on time.
Yeah.
As
a result, we're on time.
That's it. Preparation is key. What did they say? If you're on time, you're late. If you're 15 minutes early, you're on time.
Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about what they say about preparing.
Preparing's cool and shit like that, but a lot of people over-prepare.
It's about execution.
You know, it's about execution. It's about commitment and consistency.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. So, if I'm late every time, am I late?
Yeah. Are you really, if we're late every episode?
Are we technically late, or is that our starting time?
Yeah. Are we really fucking late?
We're sorry, guys. We're not trying to make a joke of this. We respect everybody's time, but God damn it, that shit is hard sometimes. Sometimes you run into just troubleshooting.
We should
bullshit.
put 7 o'clock, like weather permitting.
Yeah, weather permitting.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then never say where we're recording.
Well, yeah, weather permitting, like it could be really stormy in Australia.
You never know. It's
Yeah.
the weather shit somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they say it's always 5 o'clock somewhere?
They're like, how you guys 45 minutes late? I could turn around and be like, there was mudslides in Indonesia.
There were goddamn mudslides in Indonesia. There was a hurricane. There was a goddamn typhoon, right?
There was a tornado in fucking
Tsunami.
in
Kansas.
Kansas.
Or was it Kentucky?
KY.
Is it KS or KY?
KY.
Was it Kentucky? Yeah, it was Kentucky. It wasn't Kansas because that's in The Wizard of Oz. That's a different story.
Yeah, no.
That's it different, my friend.
Yeah, real quick, I'll touch on the tornado. I'll give you guys our tornado facts.
Yeah, give me a little something on that tornado watch, Papa. Let's go. We got.
It's mad funny. The article I found today, because the tornado happened a while ago. It happened on Wednesday.
So Twiz and Seeker are in there throwing us some info. So he said, yeah, it was Kentucky.
What up, Twiz? What up, Seeker? So President Biden went down there to assess the damage, because apparently he's a disaster expert.
He's a special. I don't know what the fuck he's assessing.
I love it when they be saying the president goes places to look at shit. And it's like, why the fuck did you send him?
Please. When they tried to get him on the plane, they were already looking at shit because he shit his pants, I'm sure. They've been looking at shit since they picked his ass up at the White House. They were like, not again, Joe.
No, he's got 30 sets of pants on him, but not even him. It's like anytime any president is like, so-and-so went down there to go check it out. It's like, why the fuck do you send him?
Yeah.
There's a million other people I could think of that should go down there and start evaluating shit before this motherfucker hits fucking touches down.
Trust me, there's nothing positive that's going to come of any president that shows up at any of these places. It's not going to be positive. It's not going to be a positive outcome. It's just because people like to talk shit when the president was golfing while, Katrina was happening.
Was it Bush during Katrina? Whoever it was, I know they were mad that they didn't come down there. They were like,
"Is it Reagan?
So-and-so hasn't came down here and seen us." It's like, why the fuck do you? He's not a levy expert. Why do you want him to come down here? You should be asking him to send you some fucking money. That's what we should be asking for.
Yeah,
it's
we don't.
Joe, why'd you show up? We wanted a fucking check. You could have just gave us the amount of money you spent on the private jet to get here, and really made a difference.
I agree 100%. Really, it's just when the president shows up, it's really just to be able to kind of give him the pitch to make him pull out the checkbook.
Yeah,
that's really what that shit is
maybe that's
about.
what it is. On a more serious note, there's now a standing of 74 total deaths.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and 109 unaccounted for.
109 people that are missing, essentially.
Yeah, that are unaccounted for. So they did attendance, and 109 people didn't say here.
There's a couple people I was like,
You think
I'm trying to get the fuck out of Kentucky. The tornado came, they were like, perfect. And they just bounced.
Do you think somebody jumped bail, skip bail, and he's like, I'm not checking in?
Yeah, for sure. They're like, he's like, please.
109, there's got to be at least 1 or 2 people that don't want to be counted.
Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter is definitely going to let sleeping dogs lie. You know what I'm saying?
You
Nobody
come
wants to do
across
that.
fucking Dog's desk, he's like, that guy was in Kentucky.
Yeah. Psh.
He didn't show up for that tornado.
You think this is the first guys I saw trying to, you think this is my first time seeing somebody try to bounce after a tornado?
FEMA's down there. They provided 30,000 meals and opened up 14 shelters. It's all jokes aside, the tornado was like pretty fucking big deal.
Yeah, no, there was one on Long Island like a month or so ago.
Yeah, but this one tore through, like devastated 128 miles. This tornado went 128 miles.
Yeah, that's
a lot of land or a lot of area.
If I'm correct, I think tornadoes kind of thrive in a drier environment. I think there's something that goes on. That's why it's so bad. They call it like Tornado Alley and shit. And like there's parts of those states over there where there's tornadoes all the time.
Is in Tornado Alley?
Good question, Twiz. You can subtract. Yo, for real. For real.
Ain't showing up.
Nah, bro.
Nah, it ain't showing up. That's super fucking funny.
Nah, you're 100% right. Somebody got 2 of them things.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, nah, he's accounted for. He's over here. Darla, get the bag.
They're giving out air conditioners.
God damn it.
It's I don't know if it's in Tornado Alley or
I don't know. But there's a strip. There's some of those.
If it's in there, then I feel like, because there's like OSHA's looking into like one of the Amazon buildings over there. I guess like that one went up and like they were like, wait, this one was supposed to be tornado proof.
Yeah, nah, Jeff Bezos was like, please get back in there, bust that shit apart. I'm trying to get a new facility
We
here.
got deadlines.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to get into space. I need this facility up before I hit space.
I'm trying to get into space. That's not real space. They're playing games up there.
He left like the atmosphere, right? He left like the.
It's a technicality of space. It's like being in South Korea and you put your foot over the border and you're like, went to North Korea. No, you didn't. You didn't go to North Korea. You kind of danced around the border. That you didn't go to North Korea. Like you weren't up in there, like in them streets, and came back to tell that story.
Yeah.
But it's like the same thing when they had that Red Bull guy skydive.
Nobody took anything away from that guy.
From space, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But the guy, like, it's not like he floated away. Like, gravity was still a thing. Like, he came down and he just, given. He was going fast as hell. He went out a couple times.
Yeah.
Yo, I rewatched it the other day.
It's crazy. We'll talk about it before you get into it for the people who don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right, so a few years back, there was a you know how Red Bull always does those extreme sports and extreme challenges and all that crazy shit. So they sponsored a guy to go up in a capsule and essentially skydive back down to Earth, but it was outer space. I'm talking a little shit here, but that fool was up in space. He looked out. He looked out this little pod and he saw Earth.
Yeah.
So he dove with a spacesuit.
Yeah.
First of all, like it was like this special spacesuit. Damn it, this special spacesuit that doesn't like, it has to be able to withstand that. Coming back,
entering the Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah, so it doesn't just light fire and just and he just ends up being like a scorching blob that goes through somebody's skylight.
Yeah, because that's what television tells us happens when you fucking enter the Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah,
you turn into a fucking ball of flame.
Yeah, man. So, shout out Kathleen. Varktech? What is that? My man jumped out.
Is.
I don't know, man. It sounded like spam.
Is that that's what
scam likely?
Go ahead.
But yeah, he jumped out an air fryer attached to a weather balloon. He did. He definitely did. Yo, Seeker's crushing it.
That guy was in space. Jeff Bezos was in the same area, but he's in a spaceship. This guy jumped out the fucking train.
He probably jumped out for free.
Yeah, 100%.
They were like, don't worry, you're going to get 100 million views. You'll be a star. He's like, wait, aren't I in a suit? Nobody can tell who I...
Nobody knows who that is. I don't know who it is.
Nah, I have no idea. Nobody knows. Nobody knows, but he definitely did jump out of an air fryer, and he definitely was attached to a weather balloon. But I remember when I was watching the guys talking to him about, like, as he's coming down, they're, like, talking in the earpiece. And he's telling them, like, he's like, yo, I'm getting, like, lightheaded. I'm, like, getting, like, and I think he started, like, passing out. And then, but they were, like, pumping oxygen. I think the suit had some kind of pump or some kind of shit on there. Bro, I'm telling you right
now, they every button that he had in that suit, they had 100 miles away where they were at. Like, no matter what, that dude could have died halfway down, and they were going to pull the chute for him, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he just has to survive. That's it. He's got to go up there. He's got, that dude's scope of work was like 2 things. Step out. That's it. He just had to get in, step out. That's what the scope of work was for his fucking day. They said, get in there, sit down, and when we tell you, you just step out.
Yeah, that dude, there was a whole bunch of preparation and all kinds of crazy shit that did go into it.
Nah,
but
yeah, you're right.
You make me laugh when you're like, yeah, like you're like, there's somebody that, you know, they definitely would have pulled the chute for him. Like, nah, for sure. They had like, and it wasn't because his safety or anything like that. It had to do only with like show business. They were like, this shit is live streaming. They were like, if this guy goes, they had a pre-recorded like, I made it and shit that they were gonna play. When that corpse hit the ground, they would just, they were gonna be like, shh. I made it, guys. I love my family. Little Joel, I see you. Over. That's exactly what they had ready to go. Ready to go, bro. You already know.
100%. That dude gets to like 5,000 feet and that chute ain't fucking working. Cut it.
Get out of here, please, bro. That suit was like, it would have walked itself. It had like AI in it from like Boston Dynamics and shit. That shit was going to get up and walk. Straight up, bro. That shit's so crazy.
Shout out to Twiz. Twiz just said he's the first like on the video. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the chat, if you're in with us live, please, or even if you're not in with us live, if you're enjoying the show, give us a thumbs up. Man, I really I didn't give that dude the credit he deserved, but I would
balls,
jump,
bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't jump out of that thing.
You kidding me, bro? My girl been trying to get me to skydive for years.
Skydiving, I don't understand. That's a different. I just don't feel that. First of all, the fact that it's like $150 or something like that is like insulting to me.
Why, you think it should cost more?
No, I think it should be less. $150 to jump out this plane.
$150 to jump out the plane. You know how much fuel it takes to fly that plane? Plus, they got to pay this psycho that jumps out of planes 10,000 times a year.
First of all, there's like, they don't even leave the ground until there's like a whole party of people. It's not they're bringing you up there for a private event. Then I got this full strap to my back, and I'm gonna jump out of a plane anyways.
Bro,
I feel like
$150.
I think it's not enough. It's not too much money for the company to charge. It's too much money for me to pay to possibly kill myself jumping out of a plane. I'd be so upset that not only did I not make it, but I spent $150 fucking dollars to not do it. I could think of so many other better things to do with that $150.
Bro, $150 is a lot.
I'm not saying it's a lot.
But I mean, a lot for like, I don't. So it's not a lot. I'm confused.
It's too much for me to pay to jump out of a plane.
Oh, okay. So you won't pay it. You don't think it's unfair to charge that?
No, I don't think it's. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a lot of money overall, and I don't think it's unfair for them to charge that. It's just too. I'm not paying that to jump out of a plane. For me to like put myself in that kind of danger, I have to pay $150. No thanks.
Well, it's
I wouldn't do it regardless. But the $150 thing always did throw me for a loop because I was like, what? You guys pay that much money to get thrown out of a plane?
Shout out Silence. He went skydiving. He been skydiving. So he said
the people that they get the adrenaline rush, it's totally worth it for them. $150 for that kind of dopamine rush, jumping out of a plane. You couldn't pay that.
Could have got that same rush for $5 on Fifth Avenue.
No, but I guess it's worth it. It's not a big deal. It's not about the money. I just don't want to jump out of a plane. I don't think that, risk versus reward. I don't think it adds up.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. But at the same time, bro, it gives you something that you can't purchase. You can't buy it.
No, you can't buy it. It's an experience of a lifetime. I just don't foresee myself doing it. If other people do it, I'm like, great, cool. I'm definitely not gonna. I'll drive with you. I'll take you there.
Yeah, we'll go together. We'll carpool.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna.
But I'll watch you.
Yeah, I also wouldn't do bungee jumping either.
I don't do bungee jumping either. The only reason I do roller coasters is because to me that just is like it resembles extreme public transportation.
Yeah.
Right, that's why I fuck with that.
I'm playing the odds with the roller coaster. You know, not a lot of people are fucking that motherfucker runs 5,000 times a day.
Yeah.
And you know how lucky it'd have to be to be the one guy to die at Six Flags in the past how many years?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably something like Disney. You know, people die, they just pull them off the property. I'm sure if somebody goes flying off a roller coaster and goes flying a quarter mile away from the ride, he technically didn't die at Six Flags. He died over on Mr. Johnson's lawn.
There's definitely a
down the street
perimeter that certain people are aware about. They're like, oh, no, he's over the line. Don't touch him. Don't anybody touch him.
Yep.
Walk away. What happened at Disney? Somebody died at Disney?
No, like Disney has this thing where they say nobody's ever died on the property or something like that. It's like there's like a legend that nobody's ever died on the property. Like it's like the magical place. But really it's like from what you read online, I read it online a few places. I don't know how true this is.
Yeah.
But they say like there's like kind of policy that like you kind of got to like get the person off the property or some shit like that. I don't know where I read this or heard this. It may be completely untrue, but I'll tell you what, I kind of appreciate that.
Yeah, 100%. Someone's having a heart attack, put that guy in a chair, get him out of here.
Yeah, put that guy, take him to whatever. Take him to the Snow White's cabin, whatever you got to do. Take him to the palace. I don't know.
Isn't Disney crazy? Have you seen Disney lately?
Have I what?
Have you seen like Disney World or Disney? Which one's in Florida? Disneyland or Disney World? Yeah, have you seen Disney World lately? Have you seen like all the fucking magical shit they got over there?
Yeah, of course it's magical over there, bro.
They just built like that. What's that place called from Harry Potter?
Oh, that Hogwarts shit been there for years, bro.
And
that's Universal.
It's still impressive.
It's not Disney though.
They're all the same shit. When I say Disney World, I mean like that whole fucking Epcot, fucking Magic Kingdom.
Well, those are parts of Disney World. Universal is not part of Disney World. Universal is completely separate. It's like in a different part of Orlando. Like Universal Studios, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That shit is different.
Oh, I didn't know that was in a different area.
Yeah, it's not like part of it's not part of it. But to me, that's like the adult place. That's where it's at. Like you go to Universal, they have grown up shit. Like Hogwarts is crazy. I have a wand.
Oh, have you gone?
I have a wand from there. Yeah, I've been there.
Is it fire?
Bro, me and my girl were there. I was drinking Wizard's Brew and shit. I was like, I was probably the only drunk guy in that whole park.
They like recreated like that area in Harry Potter,
bro,
right?
It's exactly the same. It's Diagon Alley.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Bro, Diagon Alley, it's exactly what it is in the movie. It's so crazy. When I seen them, because what's crazy is I didn't see the whole movie before I went there because we have a friend that works at Universal Studios. Okay. So we flew down there to check her and she like blessed us, like took us everywhere. We were getting backdoor like tours and stuff. Like we were just merging in with tour. They took such good care of us, man. Yeah. It was great.
You had to say that quick. You're like, we were getting backdoored.
They treated us very well.
Yeah.
But so then when I saw the movie, I was like, oh my God, this looks just like where we were at.
Did you do the same thing with Star Wars and like a Star Wars world or whatever there now?
It was being built when we went there.
I'm sure that shit feels like you're in the movie.
Yeah. Shout out to all of us that read the books. Yeah, I don't read, Papa. That's one thing I don't do.
I'll listen to audiobooks, that's for sure. I like to listen to a good audiobook.
Damn, that's good logic right there. Twiz said it's $200 per ticket to get into the parks. So then my man Silence said, you have just as much chance dying on a roller coaster as you do skydiving. He said, and I'd much rather jump out of a plane for $150 than go on a roller coaster for $200.
Very true. If I was only given the option to go on one roller coaster, I'd be pretty fucking pissed.
I'm also pretty confident Disney has enough money to pay me what's going to sustain me for the rest of my life. I don't know if, whatever his name is, Thunder, the dude that's skydiving with me attached to him, I don't know if that guy or that company that owns 3 little putt-putt planes, I don't know if they got the money to sit here and sustain me forever.
They got the money. They don't know if the planes are going to churn on every morning when they get there. Those are still the planes you got to fucking turn the fucking front rudder with your hands.
Yeah, you do. He's like, ready? Didn't you read the thing you signed? Didn't you read that shit? He's like, 1, 2.
They put you in the plane, talk about, here, hold it. This is neutral. Don't move from here. And that dude's out there spinning the fucking propeller as hard as he can, trying to get this motherfucker turned over.
Right? He's like, just don't move it. It's like driving a boat.
That dude's put you in an old crop duster, and now you gotta fucking fly up, jump out that bitch. Why is every movie they're like, we're getting to run out of gas, man? You got to jump out. Why is it always like that?
Because that evokes emotion in all of us, because that's our biggest fear. You know, everybody shits themselves. You kidding me, bro?
It's like, well, you got to get down too. What the fuck are you going to do?
The worst thing I did when we just flew to Key West was I looked at like the ground staff before we left. First of all, they stop us from taking off. And the pilot says over the loudspeaker on the intercom shit.
Yeah, you got your headphones on?
Yeah.
In the plane?
No, I take them off until we're well up in the air, bro. You
okay,
crazy?
okay.
I listen to all that shit.
I'm just asking if at this point, like, you could, like, you're in the comms with them.
Oh no,
I'm trying to set the fucking scene.
I don't do none of that. All right, so I'll set the scene.
Go ahead.
So when we go in, first of all, I always look at the pilot. I lock eyes with that fool. If I can't see him, I wait. I just want to see him.
Mm-hmm.
When we sit down, I'm looking. I want to see him. I like to see a nice, distinguished gentleman, you know, middle age, and then sometimes I like to see an OG.
Yeah.
You know, I like the guy that forgets where you're going, but he don't forget how to fly the plane.
Yeah.
And he's next to the guy that has the rest of it covered.
He's next to some young dude that's fucking holding up.
That knows the technology.
Yeah.
You know, is this the same thing that used to do the other thing? Like that guy, I want him there too.
Yeah, Jordan, pull the wheels out.
Yeah, so he wants to skydive on mushrooms. He's tripping, yo.
I'm sure it's probably a feeling you can never recreate. It's probably crazy. Go ahead, tell the story, bro.
What was I saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro. You got to tell the story. You were just saying.
Oh, about the pilot, how I like to look at the pilot and visualize him and shit.
Yeah.
So he gets on the intercom, right? Because I'm still paying attention. I don't play the headphones. And he's like, oh, we've come into an unforeseen issue. He's like, so we're just going to delay the flight a little bit. We're just going to have some, it's just policy. We have to have some of the specialists and the technologists come and just take a look and then just sign off that we're good to go. Only because something was noticed by one of the ground staff as they were just giving the airplane a once over. He said it's no big deal. It's just policy. I'm like, policy?
You know what that means, right?
I said, there's some shit fucked up here. And I'm trying to keep it together so my girl don't lose it. You know, so I'm like, this fool just said unforeseen whatever the fuck.
Bro, y'all just rolled past somebody and that shit was making a noise it's not supposed to make.
Yeah.
That shit was going cuckoo.
Yeah. Or that shit was putting some fire out of somewhere that's not supposed to have fire. You know, I don't know what the hell was going on. So
Plane's crab walking down the fucking...
Bro, yeah, straight up. Like there's like a flock of geese in the motor. I don't know. So everything's going through my mind. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This guy comes... I start looking out the window. The reason I brought this up was I made the biggest mistake of looking at the staff. Bro, I look down out the window and I just see the dudes coming to check the plane. Bro, if I ever seen a group of people that didn't give a fuck ever in my life, yo, one of them, they got their headphones in and shit, not even with the shit on. This guy had this shit like this. And then he had an earbud in. And he was walking like this. Yo, his Timbs weren't even tied. I was like, yo, New York is crazy. I said, I can't believe this. I said, what is this?
And he's the guy that's coming over to check the fucking plane.
Yo, one of them is like playing with his gum and shit. And I'm like, yo, are these the guys that are going to come and say like, we're good to go? I said, you can't tell me that shit. I said, come on with that, bro. I'm telling you, it was the craziest crew of people I saw. Next thing you know, they all walk out together. Look like they just like spit all hot 16s in a cipher, all 5 of them, and they just leave. And I'm like, that was not a good. I just kept it to myself till we got to Key West. I didn't say anything to anybody. That I just seen like Bone Thugs check the plane over. Nobody.
B2K came out and fucking
bro.
checked the plane.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Everybody just looked like they just didn't give a fuck about nothing. They were just chilling. I was like, oh
Did
my.
they come over and kick the tire? They kicked the tire,
bro. Not even. I swear, if like one of them was probably like, I think that shit, all right. And the other one was like, nah, bro, we good, yo, we good. The wings are getting cold, yo. He's like, yo, the tostones, everything is cold, bro. Come on, we out. And he was like, all right, we out. Yeah, y'all good. And he just checked off. I was like, oh my God. I didn't even tell nobody. I swear to God. We touched down in Key West and I just kept it to myself. I said, I'm not telling anybody this. We landed, got to the Airbnb, and I was like, yo, the people checking that plane look crazy. I'm like, yo, I was like, what the fuck?
That's so fucking funny.
Crazy, bro.
That's the truth, though. Maybe certain jobs like you have a certain expectation for.
Yeah, shit. It was just the demeanor of just like indifference that I was like, these are not the people that I feel comfortable checking my plane, bro.
Planes are crazy.
Because I'll probably be the same way. And that's why I don't check planes.
Yeah, no, and planes in general, like them motherfuckers are flying. Cars break down.
Yeah, what happens? You pull over on the shoulder.
Yeah.
You know,
Plane
breaks down.
Imagine, at least a plane got wings. Imagine the helicopter breaks down. That shit's just a fucking metal thing.
Yeah.
It's a metal sperm running through the fucking skies. You know what happens to semen? Doesn't fucking have any buoyancy.
Nah, bro, but it's pretty aerodynamic.
I suppose.
Or aquatic dynamic? Hydrodynamic. I was trying to find those water words.
Can you pass me the a seltzer water?
I was going to say like hydroponic dynamic.
Almost. Damn. I guess we should get into
bad news for you, Pablo.
No, there's a bottle in there. There's a bottle of seltzer in there.
Oh.
For everybody listening to us on Spotify, there's a
that shit's flat as hell.
Nah, I just cracked this today. Don't make me you want to talk about Elon Musk being voted People's 2021 Dude of the Year?
I don't even know much about that. I was actually surprised when I read it because I know that there's some people hating on him right now because he's like, you know, he's pro-capitalist and shit like that. I'm surprised that they even gave him that. He must be doing something outrageous. I know he put some people in space. I think he's still working on that monorail or the whatever they call that thing, that bullet
he's
train.
He's gonna solve fucking Los Angeles traffic.
You think so?
I don't fucking know. I know he's digging tunnels underneath there.
That he is. I don't know how that's going. I don't know if they'll ever utilize that, but
well, they say the traffic's so fucking bad out there that if one guy just opens up a one lane anything, it's gonna fucking make some kind of an improvement. Gotta make a dent in it.
Yeah.
And the guy is selling like he sold more electric cars than anybody else. You know.
It's and it's what's tricky is like he makes most of his money through licensing his technology. You know, the majority of his income doesn't even come from selling the actual cars. Mm-hmm. It comes from licensing the technology they've developed to put in those cars.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's it. That's like the majority of his revenue. But yo, Seeker said, yo, it's easy to check a plane when you're not flying on it. That's facts.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's good that Elon is getting that credit because I think that when we don't credit people like that for those incredible achievements that they're making and we start to underestimate like what it exactly is that they're doing, you know, when we start to do that, then I think that that's when I feel like we get to a place where we stop appreciating these people and then we start to kind of take away the importance of thinking and taking away the importance of innovating and shit like that. That's when society fucking crumbles. When we stop giving a shit about people like Elon Musk, that's a dangerous time. We need these people.
The guy's a fucking genius. There really is no reason to dislike him, no matter what your political opinion or personal opinion on him. Like, it's undoubtable. Like, he's a very intelligent human. Like, he can help us progress. He's got a lot of good ideas, you know. Even if, like, you know, a tenth of them come to fruition, it's like, the guy's a genius.
Yeah. No, I definitely give him his credit, you know. But I don't know. I just feel like I worry when people stop giving a shit about people like that.
No, you're right.
You have to encourage those thinkers, man. Those risk takers.
We'll get off of Elon Musk, but congratulations to him.
Yeah, we'll let him breathe one night.
Yeah, Elon can breathe. Did you see? And I know you've seen it, but we're going to talk about it. The Fantastic Beast trailer, the new trailer.
I did. And I have to say I'm pretty intrigued. I haven't really seen the Fantastic Beast movies. Yeah. I've seen like bits and pieces, but I've seen the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
And to me, like a lot of what I wanted from Harry Potter, it looks like they're giving you in Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, dude, it seems like we were talking about this before. It seems like the adult version of like Harry Potter. It's like, and maybe not adult, but like the older version. It's like, it's not kids. It's like, you know, adults, and it just seems like a more now version.
It's like a little more mature. It's like, it's kind of like, it's something that we wanted from Twilight, but we never got it.
Yeah, if there was a love scene in this movie, like it wouldn't really be crazy. You know, it wouldn't be the biggest deal. Love scene in Harry Potter, someone's going to jail.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't think any of those guys were of consenting age, no matter what fucking land they were on.
Facts. But yeah, but I'm definitely intrigued by the movie, and I'd like to see a little bit. I want to see a little bit more of it. I mean, the trailer did some crazy numbers, and what was that? Like a day or two?
Dude, that was today in under 6 hours. It had like 3 million views.
3 million views in under 6 hours. Jesus, the only people doing numbers like that is Mr. Beast.
Yeah, bro. I think
that's probably part of the reason they named it Fantastic Beast, was so that they could get the love from the search results and the SEO for Mr. Beast on YouTube.
I wonder. It was probably a fucking book.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a book.
Probably a book. I just think it's cool to watch a movie that is like a different story that exists in like another realm of movies that I enjoy as well, right? Because Harry Potter, like the series, is pretty fucking good, right? There's no argument there. And this movie like exists in that world. It's almost like reinforces that all that shit's real, right?
Yeah, it's that Harry Potter is one of those movies that just makes it really easy to suspend your belief. Like it's so well done, and it's a lot of shit that you wish you could do, and shit that's just cool, So then you couple that with like grown-ups doing it. They were grown-ups doing it, doing the magic and all that kind of shit in Harry Potter, but they were like corny, kind of very PG teacher type figures. Yeah. But when you get to these ones, you got people that's a little cooler and shit. You got like Jude Law and shit, and I think Johnny Depp was in the older ones.
Yeah, Johnny Depp. People are pissed. Johnny Depp's not going to be in this one.
I know he's not in this one, and he was replaced by somebody that looks like they tried to make him look just like him. So
I thought it was Johnny Depp when I seen the image. I was like, huh, is that Bobby Depp? Who is this guy?
That's why I was, that to me is corny. Like completely reinvent the look of the character if that's the case. Still make it remnant, put some remnants of the previous person that played it, like that kind of character's look, so that people associate the character with the same person.
Like they did in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, with who? With Aunt Viv?
Yeah, when they replaced Aunt Viv.
Nah, Aunt Viv was, but they went way other end of the spectrum. Like the original Aunt Viv was way darker skin, and then they made like the newer Aunt Viv was just like this light skinned like yellow bone lady, and you were like who the hell is that? I was like, yo, you didn't even put it together if you were watching it when they were making the switch. It
definitely did go on. What saved her? The fact that the show continued for so much longer.
Well, the show wasn't contingent on Aunt Viv. That's the thing.
That's another thing.
Aunt Viv wasn't the driving character in that show. I mean, if you would have changed like one of the other characters, it would have been a little tougher. Like, I mean, you wouldn't have been able to switch out Jeffrey the way you switched out Aunt Viv.
Oh no,
you can't switch out
Carlton.
Jeffrey. Nah, you can't. You can't switch out Jeffrey. You can't switch out Carlton.
Is there a show or movie that you have, like a series that like they replace one of your favorite characters with like another dude, and it pissed you off? Not like, when somebody passes, like they did like Paul Walker. Like I know his brother did like a couple scenes or something like that. But I'm talking about.
Twiz got it.
I'm talking about.
Twiz said, nah, Terrence Howard's switch in Iron Man for Don Cheadle was crazy. See, that was the Aunt Viv switch in the opposite direction. You see what I'm saying? That was the other end. That was the other end of the Aunt Viv switch. That's hilarious.
This motherfucker got green eyes. How'd they put him in there? Who was there first? Was it Don Cheadle's role, and then they put Terrence Howard in it?
No, I think it was Terrence Howard, and then they switched Don Cheadle. They switched for Don Cheadle. That's hilarious. Yo, when they don't even try to make characters like even remotely resemble each other, it's like you're making a disconnect in the film. Like now I'm confused. Like, like I pictured this person, I built this character to be somebody way different.
Well, that's why I'm not really into any of the fucking superhero movies.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Because the superhero movies is like, how many they can't be. When they picked Tobey Maguire, was Tobey Maguire the first fucking Spider-Man?
I think in the newer franchise ones, yes.
When they picked this dude, they should have fucking thought about it, right? And they should have just picked the guy. Now he's gonna be Spider-Man forever. Like in my mind, there can't be a bunch of different fucking Spider-Man.
He is Peter Parker.
Yeah, it fucks with me.
Yeah, that to me is Peter Parker. It's like they do stupid shit like that in some of the superhero movies, like how they made Oh yeah, yo, the casting is terrible. Look, they fucked up on the kid too.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? You gotta read what he said.
Yeah, he fucked up on the Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2's son was 2 feet shorter and frail. Yeah, from the Sam Raimi trilogy. Twiz, you might be making a reference I'm unfamiliar with.
Continue what you're saying.
But
it's gonna be hard for anybody listening to us on Spotify to decipher what the fuck just happened.
Well, I'm trying not to ignore the chat. They should,
No. I know what you're doing.
But yeah, Tobey Maguire. But they do that shit in superhero movies sometimes too. Is they switch characters and shit like that. Like how they had the Human Torch in Fantastic Four was the same guy that played same guy that played Captain America, and also same guy that played. He was in another movie. He was 3 superheroes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was another superhero somewhere else.
Captain America. He's the Human Torch, and he's the hell else is he? I think he's one of the Avengers or some shit like that.
Green Lantern or something like that?
Some shit like that. He's like, and I'm like, yo, you can't make the same guy 3 superheroes.
Yeah.
How can you cast somebody else?
That's what I'm saying. That's why superhero movies for me, they just don't hold, because it's like, it's too like, this isn't real,
Oh shit, Seeker said there's different universes now. He said Tobey Maguire is in the new one with Tom Holland apparently.
Psh.
Yes, Chris Evans, Antoine.
So you're talking about so now there's like, that's some Rick and Morty shit. There's like a multiverse, and like somewhere else, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, and it's like, I get it.
That's
it's cool.
a cop out, man.
I get it. It's cool,
out,
but I don't
man.
like that shit. Even when they came out with the Dominican Spider-Man, I still wasn't with it. He came out with Tim's and shit, and I was just like, I respect it. I appreciate the effort you guys put into this, but give me Tobey Maguire back.
Yeah.
And it's not even because he did the best job. It's just because he's the original one. When movies, there needs to be this like illusion that this shit is real, and you guys are just fucking, you guys are spilling the beans on me,
It's like that Latinx shit. Like, I feel like everybody keeps making switches that none of us are asking for. It's like, yo, you ain't got to do all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need to have I don't need Puerto Rican superheroes. Like, to me, a superhero is a superhero. Spider-Man is Spider-Man. I didn't need Spider-Man's fucking Theo to own a bodega, all right?
Yeah,
to feel like I'm part of the community and shit. Like, like I'm good. Let Spider-Man be who Spider-Man is.
Just
like,
make another one.
Yeah,
Give me something.
Give me a
else.
new superhero.
Yeah, pull out another one. Why not?
Give me a fucking new one. Like, God damn it, That shit is hilarious.
It's like it's 2021. There's got to be like, you got to be able to think of way cooler superpowers now than just shooting webs.
Oh, that's a good point. Antoine said Ryan Reynolds is Green Lantern and Deadpool. Again, they're the same guy. First of all, they probably tried to get the Captain America to play Deadpool too, and he was like, "Yo, I can't do that, man."
He's like, "Nah, I can't.
I'm busy.
I'm fucking. I'm in the Fantastic Four that day."
Yeah. But Twiz said in the chat, nah, let Miles live.
Who's Miles? That's the Dominican Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if he's Dominican.
I forget. I think he's Puerto Rican and black or something like that, or Dominican and black.
That's Dominican right there.
yeah, essentially. You're right.
It's I don't know. The superhero, I feel like I want to watch them, and I watched a lot of them. I recently, I think maybe over the summer, maybe not this summer, the last summer when like we were really locked down, I watched all the Marvel movies, but I watched them like in order from all those shitty fucking Captain America movies. Like, cause those are like, that's like the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm not into superhero movies, so if you're offended by me fucking shitting on Captain America, I don't like any really superhero movies, but I'm watching them for fucking research. So I watched a lot of them. But the one thing that I can't get behind is just that, is the switching of the actors. I get it. This guy fucking, rubbed some kid on the head the wrong way, and he's got to go. He's got to go. But, like, if the guy doesn't do anything wrong, I feel like he should be able to stay there and keep his job.
I'm sure sometimes it just has to do with, like, just not agreeing on pay or not agreeing on, like, terms of the contract. I'm sure, like, sometimes, let's say you play the Green Lantern for $8 million, and then you do a breakout movie after that and you win an Oscar, and then you come back and they want you to play Green Lantern for what you got paid last time. Yeah, and you're like, wait a minute.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Today's price, you know what I'm saying?
That's yesterday's price.
Yeah, I'm a $25 million front man now.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You got to renegotiate.
Yeah, we got to renegotiate his rate. And they're like, yeah, all right.
That happens with fighters all the time. Fighters come in, they start knocking people out, and they're like, wait a second, I deserve more money. Got to renegotiate. But, damn, I had a fucking thought in the forefront of my brain, and I was just waiting for you to finish your sentence so I could say it. Go ahead.
Twiz said he is black. He's black and Dominican.
Oh,
he said, I'm honorary Dominican. Que lo que?
That's a fact.
Facts. Iron Man was the first, to start the phase one for Marvel. That's because they switched up Iron Man, right? Originally, and then it really got taken over by Freddie Prinze Jr. and he held it down, or am I off on that?
What? Iron Man? There's only one Iron Man I know. Freddie Prinze Jr. was Iron Man? Is that what you just said?
Not Freddie Prinze Jr.
Who the fuck? You a fuck Freddie Prinze Jr.?
The other fool with the 3 names. What's his name?
So Robert Downey Jr.?
There we go. The other fucking Manchurian Candidate. That's what I was talking about. The other one with the 3 names.
I only know Iron Man as I almost said Freddie Prinze Jr. too.
You said what? Iron Man, Freddie Prinze Jr.
I said, who the fuck are you talking about?
The motherfucker from Summer Catch. I know what you did last summer. Get the fuck.
The pretty motherfucker.
You're like, I thought I watched a lot of the movies. I must have missed the most important one.
Only one I ever mix him up is with James Franco. But no, I thought he's Robert Downey Jr. I thought
It was one of them juniors.
he's the only guy I know as Iron Man. There's another Iron Man before him?
I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood what Twiz was. Oh, hold on.
Nah, I don't think there was
Nah, he
another
was talking
Iron Man
about Terrence
before him.
Howard getting switched out for Don Cheadle.
Oh, Terrence Howard, listen, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Yo, he came back after Hustle and Flow and was like, yo, I'm feeling different right now. He was smacking all the chicks on the set. And they're like, you can't be doing that, Terrence. Get out of here.
I feel like Terrence Howard really talk like that now. Like he changed that movie changed his swag. Like, he really be talking to motherfuckers like this.
Right, yo, he really be doing that.
What'd you think about that movie? I did not think that movie was going to be as big as it was. When I seen it, I was like, it was all right.
My favorite thing is that 3-6 Mafia won an Oscar for that movie.
Yeah,
that's what I thought was incredible for making that song.
Yeah.
They got the Oscar for making that song. I think it was Whoop That Trick.
Yeah.
It was like, whoop that trick. Whoop that. Like doing the soundtrack and doing all these songs. I was like, yo, you got to give it to him. Money talks. The film made a lot of money. It was super like well received and he just crushed it. Yo, I mean, 3-6 Mafia crushed it. And Terrence Howard did his thing and it just all the stars aligned.
That movie was a time and place. That shit was all about, because I'm telling you right now, if you go rewatch Hustle and Flow, I don't think it was like, I don't want to sound like a hater, but
nah, it wasn't, it was nothing. It was like, I don't know.
The song wasn't even like, it was, I don't know. It was a movie, but it definitely.
It was all right.
Listen,
it was all right. I definitely never watched it again.
Never. It wasn't as good as, ATL with T.I. That's the only other fucking, like,
Oh, hold up. Twiz
What?
said he was at the 3-6 Mafia versus. You know how 3-6 Mafia did a versus with
oh,
Bone
yeah, he
Thugs?
was there. Yeah, he made an appearance. He did, I'm pretty sure he got on stage and everything. Yeah.
He did that song, he said.
They probably did. And then was it Busy Bone threw the fucking water bottle or the microphone at 3-6?
Did he?
Yeah, there was a whole problem over there.
Wait, bro, I don't even know about this. Tell
You
me.
didn't see DJ Paul fucking arm hemmed up over there throwing blows and shit?
Nah, they got in a fight?
Yeah, there was like an issue. I don't know if like any, but you see the video. There's like not many, like it's like more of a scuffle than anything else. I don't know if they continued after that scuffle. That's the only thing I've seen about it. And then Busy Bone came and apologized the day after.
You know what's wild? Shout out Silent Sounds in the chat. He produced a song for Busy Bone. Not for Busy Bone, for Crazy Bone. Shout out Silent Sounds, yo.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
See what I did?
For Crazy Bone, he did a record. Shout out Silent Sounds, yo. Say what's up in the chat, Silence. Because I remember we were going crazy when he did that beat for Crazy Bone, yo. Crazy Bone posted it on his social media on his, I think at the time it might have been MySpace. That's how.
Damn.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. We've been at this music shit for so many
I was just gonna
goddamn.
say, damn, this motherfucker's been making music for a long time.
We've been making music a long time. I've been making music a long time, but he's been making music way longer than me. That dude put me on to a lot of shit, but that shit was crazy. I remember we were going off when he posted that song. Yo, we were going off, bro. I'm telling you, man. It was I think it might have been on his website. I forget. If he's in the chat, he'll
Yo,
he'll say what's up.
Did the I'm not asking you, I'm asking the chat. Did the verses finish after they got into that scuffle, or did it stop?
I don't know, Twiz. Did they keep going?
I wonder. I don't know. I know that I know it happened. I didn't even I don't know. I don't watch the fucking verses. The last and only verses I seen was the Jadakiss versus was the Locks versus Dipset.
That was good too. And they started
was
to
amazing.
did they go on that tour yet?
I don't know.
But I'm intrigued. I know I saw Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys' crib the other day on Architectural Digest on
insane?
YouTube. That shit was so lit. I was just all I kept thinking to myself, I was like, I know so many dudes that made like beats that Swiss would have made and threw them away. And he got Grammys with them.
Well, it's not just a beat too. It's also the fact that
it's the time he came up.
It definitely at one point it has to be the fact that you're just that person, right? I'm sure Timbaland or fucking Kanye or someone have thrown some beats out and they're like, yeah, this beat's all right, but because it's Kanye, it's like this beat is amazing, you know?
Yeah, I guess. I know that him a lot of it. I know now that I'm thinking out loud, I'm like, I know how Swiss made the big ass name that he made for himself. He came up with Rough Riders, and he was like the producer in the group. He was the one that made the beats. So like he just ended up with like these really hungry artists, and he had beats for all of them, and they just murdered these beats and made hit records, like everything from Rough Riders Anthem to all the old Locks records and shit like that. Drag On.
Damn, I didn't even, Swiss Beats did that was his beat?
Oh yeah, that yeah. That was a Swiss beat. Listen to it now and you're like, oh yeah, that's a Swiss beat. If you listen to it now,
bro.
yeah. That boom dun 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 dun.
Just that,
I
can't
can't
see the quads coming up the stairs.
See, the reason I brought that up was that like his version of production versus like Alicia Keys being like a classically trained pianist and shit like that. And it's like the way hip hop brings those two styles together. It's like the sampler with the MPC with the gangsters all rapping around him. And then you had the female playing the piano and just being like a songwriter and a singer and a vocalist. And like that crazy dynamic of music, they just ended up together and like they're rocking. Like they've been together for mad years. Like his vibe is different and shit. She got him all fucking chilling and fucking wearing like soothing ass turtlenecks and shit. Like their whole vibe is just chill, bro. You know, and that's just crazy to me that music brought them two together, man. It was crazy when I saw their crib and their house was a little hard for me.
I thought you were going to talk about how crazy the fucking house was. That's exactly where I thought this conversation was going.
It was crazy.
Was it crazy?
Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's like any crazy ass LA house. A lot of glass, overlooking dry ass hills. You know, like it looked like any other one of those crazy big houses. One of those houses is impossible to keep clean unless you have a full staff that works there 24/7.
You think Jay-Z and Beyonce, they got a similar relationship in the sense that they're like both musicians? And like them coming together?
No, I think theirs is different. I think like Swiss Beats is home more than Jay.
Okay.
I feel like Hove ain't home.
What the fuck is he doing?
What's Hove doing?
Yeah, I guess he does have
He's making billions of dollars.
Yeah, he's got a lot going on.
His day starts with like 5 meetings, a lunch, 5 meetings, 3 phone calls. And that may not sound like much, but each one of those meetings has at least $20 million on the table.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a lot now that I think about it. He's got a lot going on.
I don't know. It's their dynamic. Swiss and her was just, I was like in awe of it almost. I was like, these are like, I don't know. It was just like something that
Saying they complement each other well?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. In a way that
John
I wouldn't
Legend
expect.
And Chrissy Teigen?
No, they both suck.
What? John Legend? You don't like John Legend? Chrissy Teigen, you could throw her off the fucking ledge.
Bro,
but
John
you're not
Legend,
going to do that to my boy fucking John.
John Legend to me is just so phony that I think he's like, to be that like, I'm just ordinary people. I think for him to be all bubbly and happy and shit and so over the top, I feel like it's an act. I'm like, there's no way. Like, this is so over the top, this kind of...
He got a bad one at home, and she makes a bunch of money. He ain't nothing to be sad about.
You know her. She's a nasty little... talk some shit to you real quick type of chick.
Yeah, you think she's this...
Bro, you ain't see her old tweets that been coming out and shit? She used to like bully people and like be up in their DMs and tell them how their life is trash and they ain't worth shit. Like, oh yeah, she's low key like not the nicest person, but she's a normal person. But she just, you know, she keeps it a stack sometimes, and that's hard to do in 2021.
Yeah.
But So that to me is like the real way they are. Like John Legend, I just don't believe all that shit. I don't believe that fucking.
You don't believe his persona.
I don't believe that shit. It's so over the top that it seems to me like he's hiding something.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Like he probably walks out of there and is a completely different person. You know, like he's like, the microphone's off. All right, get me a cigarette. You know, like I just think it's like, I just don't believe that shit.
I don't know, man. Guy knows how to tickle the ivories or whatever the expression is.
Yeah, he definitely does. Those keys, right?
Tickle the old ivories.
But it's just.
Isn't that crazy? They made that shit. Well, actually, I don't know. Where's ivory come from? Is that just like fucking elephant tusk or whatever the fuck that is?
As far as I know, I think the only sources are like rhino horn and elephant tusk.
Oh, please hold.
Yeah, please hold. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. What happened? Sorry about that, guys. We're back.
And just like that, we're back.
But yeah, they do. Yeah, you could swap out John Legend for Wayne Brady on the Chappelle Show. Right? I feel like that's John Legend's real, like the real way he is, like Training Day and shit.
John Brady.
Tom Brady.
You think John Legend is low key really like the way Wayne Brady was on the Dave Chappelle Show? Like that's how he really is.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like I just don't. I don't know. I don't believe that whole like, you know, boy next door.
I never even seen him as that being that nice of a person. Like, you know, I never took him. I just took him as like, damn, this motherfucker could sing. He's got some, you know, and he could play the piano well. Yeah, I never stood him as that. Like is he that chipper? Is that guy that nice?
I feel
Did he
like
smile at you one day or something like that. You didn't like the way it made you feel.
No, I just feel like it. I don't know, man. That whole like he's very like I don't know, very. It's too corny to be real.
One day you're gonna run into him and you know he's gonna be like, "Listen, I heard what you said about me on the podcast, and guess what? I don't want nobody talking shit about me."
He's gonna pull a knife on me or something, right?
All right, that's not enough. I just keep to myself. It's not enough. I give you all this music.
Nah, see, I feel like it'd be even realer than that. Like he come up to me and be like, "Yo, I heard you talk and all that bullshit."
Pull a keyboard out of his jacket. And then just show me the
strap. Just lift his shirt real quick. I'll be like, "Oh shit, my bad, Mr. Legend."
That's how R. Kelly will pull up on you.
Yeah, right. I remember when Ty maced his ass backstage when he was pulling that bullshit on there.
Mace R. Kelly?
Yeah, Hope's man.
No, tell the story.
Allegedly.
I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, there was you remember the Best of Both Worlds?
Yeah.
Remember the album and the tour and all that?
Yeah.
Well, R. Kelly was going through some crazy weird shit like in the courts and stuff like that. Plus he was like having some paranoia from the courts trials or whatever.
I was gonna say cocaine.
Nah, and he was on the stage. He was on stage or something like that. And apparently he says that because they had like canceled part of the tour. And he said that he if I remember this correctly, he says that allegedly he says that he thought he saw somebody like brandishing a gun in the audience and like threatening him or some shit. So he walks off and like says he's not performing anymore. And then rumor has it that like one of Hove's mans like got at him about that. Like, you know, he had to like put in his work like, yo, you fucking up the show. And apparently he got maced at some point or something. Like that was just an old story that I remember, like, you know, but again, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Look that story up for yourself because I'm not 100% sure of the details.
That may be, whether it's real or not, I 100% believe it. I believe that shit happened.
Yeah, man. You know, it's I just thought it was, I don't know. That shit is just some real shit. Like this is what happens when your boys come with you and ride with you, you know.
So you're saying Kels ain't pulling up on nobody?
Nah, Kels ain't pulling up on nobody.
Well, not anymore. He's not even, he's in prison. You want to give our recap? We're getting to the end. would you like to give your recap of UFC 269? This one, I think a lot of people will enjoy because it was such a big card. Even if you're not into UFC, you guys all had to see like some of these highlights online.
Yeah, there was some real good fights. It's starting off, of course, with Sean O'Malley. You know, Sugar Sean did his thing. Got this first round TKO stoppage. So, you know, impressed by that. But, you know, we kind of expected it.
Yeah.
Then was the Jeff Neal fight.
Yeah, we didn't have to talk about Jeff Neal.
Yeah, we can skip that fight because nobody cares.
No, after
about
that
him.
was Cody.
That's right. Cody and Kai Kara France. He actually knocked Cody out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was funny because Sugar Sean O'Malley had this backstage press clip. They were interviewing him, and he was talking after the fight about whatever about the fight, and then Cody gets knocked out, and I guess he saw it live, and he saw it, and he was like, Cody just got knocked out. He's like, sucks or something like that, and he was like, you know, this ain't for everybody. You know, yeah, not everybody's built for this or something like that. I was like, damn, that was pretty cold, but. It's tough to go down 10 pounds, man. I knew his brain was dry. I was like, there's a TKO up the road for this guy.
He already has like a light switch installed on his chin. He can't be going down more weight now.
Yeah, I don't recommend that. But
he didn't look bad at that weight. Like he didn't look terrible, but just knowing that he wasn't fighting at that weight and he had to cut down to get to the weight he was at fighting at 135, it's just like too much.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then Amanda Nunes versus, oh my God, Juliana Pena.
Yeah. And, you know, that fight I was impressed because I hate to say, I kind of underestimated the potential performance and the kind of pressure that Juliana was going to put on her. You know, so I actually hadn't seen it. You know, I didn't see it coming, so to speak. And you good?
Yeah.
So I was thinking to myself, how could this fight go? So I was like, Amanda's going to end up putting her out. That's what I thought.
Dude, when I watched it again, Amanda fought in an excellent first round.
She did fight.
She came out like looking like the champ.
But it's tricky because, you know, I remember wondering why Amanda's so gassed. I'm like, why is Amanda so gassed? And then when I rewatched it, that first round was why Amanda was gassed. Juliana, when she took Juliana down, she had to work to keep her there. Juliana she was shrimping, she was hip escaping, she was getting out from under her, getting back to half guard and shit like that, going deep where it was hard for her to get, you know, for Amanda to land strikes. She held that Kimura beautifully.
Yeah.
Amanda couldn't advance because of that Kimura. It was such a threat that Amanda was just concerned about trying to, you know, keep that left leg in place, make sure that she stepped over it and she wasn't going to get swept or something like that, or get that Kimura actually pulled up. So that to me was the deciding factor. And the fact she kept trying to get up and stuff like that, she didn't just concede to being on the bottom. You know, she was like, I'm going to get up. Like, you're going to work here. And then Amanda got tired, I think, from that scramble. And I think that she gassed out from that.
She was putting a fucking pace on her.
Yeah, man. She gassed out just from trying to keep Juliana down. Juliana made her work so hard for those like 2 minutes or that minute and a half where they were just like exchanging like that. And I think that killed her. It didn't look to me like Amanda's was really that prepared for an extensive early grappling exchange like that.
It didn't, it didn't look like she was. I don't want to talk, say anything bad about, the champs or she's still the champ, about like her cardio just didn't look like it was there. Like she gassed out super early, and I don't know if it has to do with the fact that, because it wasn't even until like halfway through the second round that they had that grappling exchange. So, 2 minutes?
It was the first round. Toward the end of the first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't even, it was more than halfway into the first round when they had that grappling exchange. So what was she, rolling around for 2 minutes? Like, I don't think that, that warrants the how gassed she was. She went into she didn't look terrible when she was in the corner. She looked like, she was breathing a little heavy, but she came out in the second round and just didn't look good.
Grappling cardio is different than striking cardio.
Yeah.
Those are very different things. I think Amanda just works her hands a lot. I mean, it served her well, given she's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I don't know if she's putting in those rounds
Yeah.
I don't know if she's putting in those like grappling rounds where you're just like somebody's weight is on you, you're trying to hold somebody down while they're moving around. That's a very different. It's just different than striking, and I think Juliana's put that work in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy for her. Good for her. Congratulations. There's a new fucking.
That's the first mom champ. You know that?
Yeah. Did you hear what she said?
What?
And you're gonna think that this is normal. It's not that it's not normal, but it's just interesting that she said it.
Well, it was actually Laura Senko that said it. If you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say,
I heard her say it.
Laura Senko said it first. She said, "You're the first mom champ. You're the first woman that gave." Birth to your child and you're a champion.
Yes.
And she said, that's right. I am the first mom champ. I'm the first woman that gave birth to my child and then became a champion.
Okay, so I didn't hear her say it first, but yeah, she did say that, and
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a big deal. But
People are making it a big deal?
I thought it was going to be like, I thought people were going to take that and run with it. When I heard her say it, I was like, oh, people are going to fucking hate that.
It's a goddamn fact.
Yeah.
And it's harder to come back from childbirth. That changes your entire body.
Hey, listen.
It changes your hormonal distribution.
You know what it is that I don't know how like Amanda feels, right? Because I don't know if Amanda's like, well, I'm a mom too. How dare you?
Yeah, she's a mom, but she didn't give birth to that kid. It doesn't change that fact.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Hey, listen.
Doesn't change that fact. You didn't give birth to that kid. It's your kid.
She's
you didn't
the
give birth to
first
that
champ.
just like you didn't give birth to your kid.
I did not give birth to my kid.
You didn't give birth to that kid.
Nope.
So for you can't tell
I can't be the
Yesenia
first mom champ.
that it was as hard for you.
No, I can't.
You can't do that.
Yeah. Last fight of the night, Charles Oliveira versus Dustin Gagey. What the fuck am I saying? Dustin Poirier. Oh, man. Good fight. Charles Oliveira gets on his back early second round and fucking chokes him. Second time Dustin's fought for the belt, and second time he gets choked.
He did put some hands on Charles Oliveira in that first round.
It was a fucking slugfest. He put some hands on Charles. Oliveira landed some good knees. It was a good first round.
Really good knees.
Really good
at
knees.
really good times. Mm-hmm. He was landing knees at times I feel like most guys don't have the rhythm to land. That's why I feel like, Charles Oliveira could definitely dance his ass off. I know that if you threw that dude in the middle of a club, he'd be in there crushing it.
You think he's a good dancer?
Oh, I know it. I guarantee it. I guarantee that shit. It's
Cut
just
the
that
rug?
with that ability to just capitalize on whatever in between steps there were, that rhythm to land those knees as they're like moving, like in between steps. He was able to time those knees at a time when your core is relaxed. And that's when these knees are the most effective. I felt like when I saw the knees thrown, I felt like Dustin Poirier was not, his core wasn't as engaged, at those times because they were timed so well. They were like in between breaths almost. And that's when like your belly is soft.
And they seemed like they were sharp and like he knew where he was throwing.
They were landing like up elbows, right? Like that's the way those knees, they were so sharp to the midsection. I was like, fuck, man. When I saw that, I was like, Jesus Christ. You're going on a streak, bro. That's like 5 podcasts in a row that your phone rings live on the air.
Well, I want everybody to know. I'm a popular guy.
He is well liked.
I'm well liked. I was actually at my mom's house.
But yeah, man, it was a damn good fight, and Oliveira, proved again that he's that he's one of the best. I mean, he's got the most submissions in light heavyweight history.
So now what happens?
So now
Justin Gagey?
I think Gagey has to win another fight. I think Gagey needs
They
to.
say he's next.
Is he?
Yeah. Dana White said it. He never says anything after.
Yeah, he should be next. Yeah, he should be
he's
next. He should be next. And then Khamzat Makhachev is right there. Islam Makhachev is right there. I say Islam Makhachev is probably gonna. I say you throw him Poirier, or you throw him one of these guys like Chandler. He needs Chandler.
I think he's more likely to fight Chandler, but man, if they lined him up with Dustin, that would be. Listen, I wouldn't doubt it if he fought Chandler then fought Dustin. It's not unlikely
if he gets past Chandler. I honestly feel that Makhachev's worst matchup is Chandler. He's his worst matchup.
We haven't really seen this guy challenged. I haven't seen him really challenged.
What I'm picturing, he trains with Khabib. What he's going to have is a whole bunch of really hard, high-pace, relentless grappling, but he's got better striking. So I think the answer to that is Chandler. Chandler's boxing is cleaner than Makhachev, and his gas tank and his relentlessness and his competitiveness, I think, is the only way. He's the only one that can fend off Makhachev's wrestling. I don't think anybody else can fend that off. I think eventually he gets a hold of Gagey, same way Khabib did. I think eventually he gets a hold of Dustin. I think that the only ones, his hardest fight, I think, in that division may be Chandler and then Oliveira.
That's interesting. It's gonna it definitely would be a really good fight.
Yeah, it would be a great fight. Super interesting, man. I say that fight, like you said, and then the winner of that gets Gagey, and then we go to the title.
Yeah.
Well, Gagey's next anyway, so winner of that gets a title shot then. Chandler, Makhachev.
Oh man. Yeah, that would make perfect sense because then at that point, Chandler, I guess, technically fought for the belt, right?
Yeah, he just fought for the belt, but if Gagey's getting another shot now and then Chandler beats Makhachev, the way they talk about Makhachev and the run that he's had, that might be the guy that you have to kind of leapfrog to then get a title shot. I mean, who else would he fight?
55. What's that? 70?
Lightweight, 150.
150.
155.
155. Yeah, I guess you're right. No. After that, title shot.
Yeah, man, that's interesting, man. But who knows if that'll happen? I don't know.
We're over the hour. We've went over all our topics. And if there's anything else you want to speak about,
I just want to throw a little bonus something in here. This YouTube channel that I found. This dude's name is Al Blades.
Al Blaze?
Blades.
Is he a rollerblader?
No, Bladez.
Okay.
First name Al. This guy randomly goes around. I think he's in Florida. I think
You're
Florida.
talking about the guy that goes around cutting people's lawn?
Yeah.
I fucking love watching that guy.
Me too. I just discovered this guy like 2 weeks ago.
Bro. There's like a sea of fucking landscapers on YouTube.
All right, so just for some background, this channel that I stumbled upon on YouTube, apparently Berto has known about this, hasn't told me. It's this guy. His name's Al Blades, and he's got this nice-ass landscaping equipment, like this lawnmower and shit, like this industrial level stuff. And what he does is he goes and he knocks on random doors of people whose yard is overgrown, and he cuts their lawn for free.
Your yard got to be fucked up for him to come there, though.
Yeah, he goes and
the standards high at this point.
Yeah, man.
We're talking about 6-7 months in the fucking in the Florida tropics.
Yeah, for real,
like,
bro.
That's what you need to meet the standard. But it is super cool. He's not the only guy. There's a lot of dudes out there doing it on YouTube right now. And I did go down that wormhole one day, my friend. I never want to go back.
Yeah,
but,
that
I'm actually mad you're talking about it in this house because now I'm gonna get fucking suggested that shit. But man, it's something. It's like rewarding to watch somebody cut down a bunch of fucking grass and like make something beautiful again. He'd take a house. Listen, nice grass could turn your whole house around.
It can increase your property value as well as the surrounding houses, like your neighbors.
Listen, you got some nice grass in your house. And you don't even got to have money. If you got nice grass, everybody's just going to assume all of a sudden there's a new rich kid on the block. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. They're going to think you sold the house.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to wrap right there just to catch up. Seeker said, this is a true story. The Jay-Z story I said. He was pepper sprayed by Jay-Z's entourage. See what I'm saying?
Shout out as a part of the entourage.
Yeah. And then, brought the whole crew in after the fight, whole family. And he said he's going to stop by, drop something off at the studio one of these days.
Listen, you're always welcome, man.
Yeah, man. Always welcome. So listen, guys, this is episode 62 of the Masters of None podcast. If you could drop us that thumbs up, a like is always appreciated. Believe us, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, guys, that's it. We appreciate you guys. Seeker, Twiz, Silence, Ray, everybody in the chat, man. We appreciate you guys.
Even the spammers in the chat.
Even the spammers.
Te hablo desde la prisión, Wilson Manyoma.